Testing, 1, 2.
对，不是你跟他
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2.
你那边那个什么？我这边听一下，那就行了。他讲完。
Testing, 1, 2.
哦，有了，有延迟嘛？不是刚刚开始的时候，他。好了，你跟他说听不到他自己，听不到他自己的声音。这个是直接就给他接的，又不是我导播出去的信号。所以差了没1秒。这一次是监看信号。监看，听不到他自己的。到时候还会影响。
Hello, and welcome to the CPSL for 2019. This is our first game of the season between the LIDR Tigers and the TUJISHOU COMMRNDOs.
With
you for this game, we have Jay and myself, David, commentating. Jay is one of our managers this year. This year is the first year that the teams all have managers between games. The teams have been preparing all week. They've had a week of training together. Players from all over the world taking time to gel together. Here we have the team lining up, so ready to go. Tigers for the champions 2 years ago. Now the edged out last year. Okay, so here we go, starting up with Adam Hoffmeyer from Australia, the goalkeeper of the LIDR Tigers. Vladislav from Russia, one of 2 Russian players this year.
Wei Chen Sao, number 3 from Taiwan. Number 5, Sander van Kouwenbeheer from Belgium. Number 6, Johan Pieter Visser from Namibia. Number 7, Sammy Hapeta from New Zealand. And number 11, Tim Rieke from Germany. Number 1 and the captain for the Commandos, Miklos Kis from Hungary. Number 2 from Malaysia, Muhammad Amaruddin bin Shurb, otherwise known as Matcha. Number 3 from China, Tuo Shen. Number 4, Alejandro Valls from Spain. Number 7, Egor Zandarov from Russia. Number 8, Mario Kupes from Germany. And number 9, Ed Lart from Great Britain. Both teams will start with a quick warm-up and a team chat before the game gets underway.
So whilst the teams warm up, just to introduce you to some key differences this year between the ICF Canoe Polo rules and the CPSL rule set. The CPSL rules are slightly different, with a few changes intended to try and spice up the sport, and in order to create as dramatic a spectacle as possible for you viewers. So Jay, do you want to take us through a few of those rule changes?
Alright, so the first rule we have is with regards to the start charge. Any foul that happens on the start will be an instant yellow card to that team. They will start the game with 4, and the ball will be awarded to the other team.
So we should see teams being a little more cautious getting off the line. We've already had a few yellow cards in training with that exact scenario. Quite frustrating when you're trying to take every last inch to try and get to the ball. But players are generally leaving a couple of centimetres behind the line now to make sure that they don't give away that yellow card.
Yes, and the line judges are going to be very on top of that this season, so it will be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yellow cards themselves are all 2 minutes at CPSL this year, so there are no power play yellow cards. Every yellow card is a 2-minute defence off the pitch. So if you misbehave, you put your team in trouble and you're in jeopardy for a period of 2 minutes, which with 5 players against 4 leads to significant overlaps in the score.
Some of the other changes that we have is regarding the introduction of the timeouts, which are in line with the updated rules at the start of this year. The timeouts for CPSL will be called by the player that has the ball in their possession, but the ball has to be a dead ball, so not in play. The ball has to have been out or something, and the person with the ball will then signal for the timeout, and both teams will gather in their own half for 1 minute before resuming play.
So we expect to see timeouts towards the end of the game, especially in tight games. If teams need that final goal with 2 minutes left on the clock and they want to set up a certain play or change the players they have on the pitch.
Yes, we've seen them being utilised in our practice games so far to great effect, with many teams scoring immediately after their timeout and discussion. So it'll be interesting to see how they're used tactically. Both teams will have a timeout per half as well.
So one other change is within the last year, the ICF penalty rule has changed to a 1-on-1 static short penalty right in front of the goal. But at CPSL we play a slightly more exciting penalty variation, almost akin to a hockey style penalty if you've seen those. The player who's fouled starts on the halfway line with the ball, with a keeper in the net, and he he has 10 seconds to paddle to the goal and try and shoot past the keeper. It's a favourable position for the shooter because he gets to work to his best angle, gets to open the goal, hasn't got to get through any defenders' paddles, but it's one-on-one and it's very high intensity compared to taking a static shot. So expect to see a few of those within these games. And our first one will obviously be an exciting experience and a nervous one for the player. I can already tell you from a training perspective, it's a lot more nervy having to take those 10, 20 strokes to get down to the goal and get it past the goalkeeper than it is to take a static one in front.
With that penalty as well, the goalie has to remain on the goal line. They cannot move at all. All the other players start from behind the halfway line, and after those 10 seconds are up, then it is considered normal play, and they can then attack the person taking the penalty if they have not taken their shot by then.
The only other additional rule there is that the attacking player's boat cannot plus the goal line. That's any part of the boat or any part of their body. The idea of that addition is to prevent them from being able to slide right alongside the goalkeeper and then put it right around their paddles. So you do have to get your shot away early enough that you give the goalkeeper a fair chance of getting a decent block in. Although with the speed that these players fire at, it's difficult for the goalkeeper in any circumstance. So the Commandos were towards the bottom of the league the last year, and as I said earlier, the Tigers ended up coming third last year. So expect to see a really fast-paced start to this game. Both players have some small, quick players. The sprint will be particularly impressive, I think. Got two very, very fast sprinters on either of these sides. And a few players to watch out for. On the yellow team, Sami Hipita, player number 7, was the top goal scorer before. Expect to see them try and work the ball into the centre for him. And then on the red team, they generally have shoot from more outside of the goal. Mario in particular is a very, very large, imposing player, and they'll look to use him on the left-hand side to fire in. It's very difficult for any zone to move out of the way.
Alright, with the players now finishing their chant, they're lining up to start.
We're using a static ball start here so that both sets of players get to line up perfectly for the start. You can see the ball there being put into the static holder. That will disappear under the water as the start takes place.
And we're underway for the first game. And it's been won by Vladislav Skomorokov, number 2.
So Tigers take the first attack of this game. Expect to see them set up. Straight away you've got Sami and Peter heading into the zone there. He's followed in by Tim Reed from Germany, another really, really strong inside box player who's just being fed the ball now. No gap there though, so the ball's coming straight back out. Two fast wing players on either side. They've got Sander on one side.
The foul's being played on, and Sammy's shot is blocked out for a corner.
So there was an advantage there for a paddle foul. You're not allowed to put your paddles anywhere near where someone is trying to reach for the ball with their hand.
The ball is with Hoffmeyer. And the shot is in.
Scores the first goal of CPSL 2019. The goalkeeper from LIDR Tigers.
Ball is now with the Commandos as they attack.
Very fast-paced start to this game. Mario straight on the ball there. They are resetting around the back. Number 4 is Alejandro Valls from Spain. Recently a Spain national player. Very quick, high movement, classic Spanish play.
And
all around the back.
And the shot is in. Scored by number 8, Mark Coupez.
Yeah, as we said, that really, really strong right arm finishes the left-hand side of the net there. LIDR Tigers wasting no time getting restarted, looking for the halfway shot. This is a really fast-paced start to this game. Very, very end-to-end already.
We see Sammy and Tim back in the centre with Hoffmeyer, Skomarikov and Van Kallenbeheer on the outside.
That's 3 shots taken so far and 2 shots scored.
And the goal is in. This one is by number 11, Tim Rike from Germany. Score is 2-1, LIDR Tigers.
Okay, so 2-1 to the Tigers. Still 8 minutes on this half. It's incredible. We've only played 2 minutes of this game and already we have 3 goals. They surely can't keep up this pace for the entire game. We have a goal line throw here. Referees are just debating. No, they've changed their call back to a corner. So we have 2 really strong ICF refs here. Evan Kong from Singapore and Ellen Winter from GB. That obviously won't stop the players from remonstrating with the ref occasionally. So Matcha looks to set up an attack on his favoured right-hand side. He is left-handed. There's 2 left-handed players, one on each side of these teams, Sammy and Matcha.
No opening there, so Ed sends the ball back out again.
Alejandro looks to take it down the middle. Pass to Matcha on the left. You can see that number 11, Tim, from LIDR Tiger there with a big push as well. Very aware of that Matcha's left hand. Won the ball back. Break is on.
Straight down the upper end. And the shot is blocked. Sanders' shot is blocked out.
And arguably that pass was on back across. It was a bit slow coming up there after the initial break. Could have worked that a bit earlier. That's a good save from Alejandro there. So LIDR looking to go up for a 3-1 lead, which will really start to put the pressure on the Commandos. That's another really good save there from Chushen. Okay, the pace just starting to come off this game now. You can see after each shot's been taken, the reset's taken a little bit more time. Great shot there, fantastic top right hand of the goal finish from Vladislav. So pressure is now on the Commandos to get back into this game. You can expect to see the Tigers take a little bit more of the pace off the ball when they have it. They have a minute every time to shoot.
Mario taking the ball down that left-hand side before that pass in. The shot is blocked.
Good work there from Ed Lark, just pushing his player in. The 2 of them were inside there, and the man who got the ball had pushed Alejandro further into the zone so he could get a shot away. Very tight angle to put it over the top of the bar there, but there has clearly been a block. Corner's been taken. Mario again looking to get his favoured right hand in. Gets the shot away but blocked. That was very early. Quite a few paddles to get through there to get that one away. Headlock is to set up in the back.
Match is coming down the right. And the shot is in.
Wow, that is a surprise. He used his right hand there. Oh no, that was Alejandro who took the shot. Screens nicely, I think, by Matcha just inside of him. Let's have a look there on the replay. No, it's Mikos who screens on the inside, but it's get through 2 players there. That was a nice finish to get into the top left. So 3-2, LIDR will look to use their advantage and just get that scoreboard back up to 2 goals again. There's Sammy's big left hand. We have a corner here. Oh, sideline throw. Got got lucky with there with that control. Almost looked like he knocked the ball down to one of the commandos. Great finish there. That's why he's the top goal scorer. Right off the top bar and in. Pinpoint accuracy.
Leader takes a 4-2 advantage.
Sammy Hipita also captaining the Leader Tigers at this round. I think the zone could have been working a little bit harder there. Some soft paddles up early. So Commandos knowing that every attack that they have at the moment, they really need to score to keep themselves in the game. So every time it drops, that's a great break up the pitch, well seen by Timry, and finished by Sander there.
Nice fast break from the Leader Tigers.
So 5-2, the Tigers go into real control of this game. Commanders will have to change up. They're going to have to find a different way of attacking. You have to protect the ball slightly more, you feel, when they are attacking. I think we've had a timeout called here. That was probably called by the Commandos to take that opportunity to have a discussion about how to change up their attack. Their attack hasn't looked bad, actually, Jay. I think it's maybe just more a case of taking the shot too early.
Yes, I think they've, especially with such a strong team as the Tigers, they just need to take that little bit extra time, work the ball around, find those larger openings and really make it count for everyone. They're a couple of goals down. They need to make sure that every time they're going forwards, they're going to try and get that ball in the back of the net.
And surprisingly, the Tigers looking slightly more relaxed in this timeout break than the Commandos are, but there'll be some intense discussion down at the Commandos' end. This game is far from over at the moment.
Some strong words from both captains, making sure that their teams know exactly what the plan is for the rest of the half.
We saw right at the start of this game that it only takes 2 minutes to score 3 goals. So still tons of time left in this game. So let's see how they're going to adapt and change up their approach for the rest of this half. Still 4.5 minutes of this half left. Each half is 10 minutes long. So there's still 3/4 of this game left. Okay, so they're starting a little further out now. And they've... actually getting his left hand in play. No option there, so pass it back out. They've put Mario in there now. He's now inside the zone when he was outside before, so clearly trying to use his weight to get some penetration in there that they didn't have before. Great pass inside by Matcha. And across to Mario. There's a foul there. That block wasn't clean. That's unlucky. You feel like if that had gone clean, that would have gone in. Shot was taken and blocked. So they get away with a foul there a bit. It seemed like no punishment coming for that particular foul, but you feel as though if that had gone to Mario at the time, he'd a much better shot on than by the time they got set up afterwards. A little bit of gamesmanship there from the Tigers.
And now they look to bring the ball down slowly, making the most of every second on that shot clock. They're 3 goals up. They don't need to rush. They're just going to work the ball around, use the full 60 seconds, then get that shot off when they have some space.
Yeah, and they'll have had that exact discussion when they came together during their timeout. We don't need to rush it now. That's really well worked. Oh, and the slow ball there from Tim. Almost caught the keeper out, but Alejandro was wise to it in the end. As a goalkeeper, you're so focused on the ball, expecting that fast, hard shot into either corner of the net. The slow ball can be a real tool in a shooter's arsenal.
Oh, and we've got a turnover there. Matcha manages to get the block in. Just looking for an option. He's being pressed quite hard. Alejandro's trying to fight for it. He's 2-on-1. He's got it just in time. Looking for an option. And it's there, but the shot is blocked. They've still got possession though.
Very well tracked back by the Tigers there, each one of them picking up a man on their way back. There's been a foul in the middle of the zone there, an illegal kayak tackle. I think that was just off screen from what you could see. Tigers get another chance to break though. They're really using these opportunities to break. Is he going to go for the shot? Pops it over the top. They put 2 on the same man there, and they're punished for it.
Number 5, Sander van Kamber here.
So 6-2. Still 2 minutes in this first half, 2.5 minutes.
that transition play from the Tigers, just making sure that when that turnover that the Commandos won before, they all got back very quick and managed to win the ball back, and again punish the Commandos on that fast break.
It's a tough position for the Commandos to be in now. They've got to try and get themselves back into this game without really chasing it, because if they chase too hard and take shots like that there, then they're just going to give the ball back and give Tigers more opportunity to score. Goal difference could be really important in this tournament. There's 2 rounds. Your team changes quite dramatically between the two sometimes, with different players coming in and out. So you want to make that position in the table to get a top 4 position, which has to be the target. If you say top 4, then you put yourself into the semi-finals. Then you can't let a game like this escape you and end up 12 goals down if this doubles up by the second half.
We've got a corner there. Mancha just bringing the ball back into Alejandro. He sends it straight back to him. Just taking their time, working the ball around the outside.
A little more reserved. It's a good play so far.
Mancha gets that ball in.
Really unlucky.
And the shot's off the bar, bounces favourably for the Tigers, who are instantly looking for that fast break.
That looked perfectly placed, that shot as well, and it just came off the underside of the bar and back out again. Maybe just forcing it that little bit too hard. Mentally 4 goals down, knowing you need to get back into it.
Looks like some play building up here. They're looking to feed the ball to that inside.
Great pass across inside there, but he couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah. And the turnover. The Commandos on the ball looking again to try and get the ball down. Try and get another goal or 2. With only 30 seconds left, they want to make sure they make the most of this half. Try and close that goal difference to give them less of a challenge for that second half.
Really smart pressure here from the Tigers on the way back. About 2 of them are getting down the pitch nice and early in front of the players and making sure they've got a healthy zone set up. But the rest just tracking back there and slowing down, taking time off the shot clock as well. 4 seconds left, managed to get the shot away. And that'll be it for the half. Has that counted? Yes, it has.
Yes, it has.
Wow, what a shot. What a shot.
Number 2, Vladislav COMMRNDO from Russia.
So the rules state that as long as the ball is in flight when the clock ends, the goal can still stand. And that is a fantastic shot. What was that? That was definitely behind halfway.
Oh. Good 20, 25 metres.
Commandos don't seem happy with that decision. It's been given though, it will stand. Just checking to see. The referee is having a discussion with the table. I'm going to check with the table exactly when the clock timed out. Why are they playing highlight? Oh, this is okay. Okay, so we're almost ready to go here for the second half. Tigers at the break there, probably discussing they've still got another game today. There's 2 games in this day. Probably want to be able to sit on this advantage. They're 5 goals up. That goal at the end of the first half did stand. There was a long discussion at half time, but the referee discussing with the table did decide it was shot before the whistle went. Matcha again going for the sprint there. This time up against Sander, and Matcha wins it. Got there about half a boat length in front, which is really impressive.
And Commandos get that first attack of the half, which is what they need. They are 5 goals down. They really need to make sure that they use this half wisely to try and get back into this game.
Well, at the very least, they've also got another game today. They need to find some real positives from this game. They can get themselves 2 goals back into it, limit LIDR in the rest of this half. They can at least take that away from the game and build in the next one. Great shot there.
And that's a great start to the half. Goal to Alejandro Valls. Instantly getting back into it. So it looks like the conversation that they've had at half-time is starting to pay off straight away.
He had 4 paddles to get through there. Arguably he shouldn't be taking that shot in the first place, but he did finish it. And it is exactly what Commandos needed to get back into the game. Oh.
And then LIDR Tigers instantly respond with number 11, Tim Rike.
So Commandos went 2-2 there, slightly more aggressive defensive approach, 2 chases, try and get the ball back earlier. Won't really push particularly hard there for that ball to get into the inside to Tim Reek, who finishes nicely.
Now Commandos are just cycling that ball around, trying to find an opening. They're looking like after that timeout in the first half, they're sticking with the same tactic of Mario Kupes staying on the inside, using his body weight, trying to create some openings for his teammates. Alejandro's bringing the ball up the centre.
Driving that ball in there. Oh, and again, taking it a bit more on himself in this second half, Alejandro. It's another really nice faded shot off to the right-hand side. That's what good speed behind the ball gets you. It makes openings.
And that tactic from the Commandos of Mario creating that big gap for Alejandro to drive through really paid off. But Tigers looking to attack. Again, Vladislav just coming off the bar there, but it's bounced favourably. Tigers are still in with it. Attacking down that same side. Now the switch is on. Adam Hoffmeyer. No option, sending it back out again.
Commanders have gone back to a 3-1. Ed Lark working hard on the right-hand side. He's left a gap open behind him and it's taken.
Vladislav Skomarikov making it 9-4.
This Tiger team is lethal at the moment. Every shooting opportunity they're getting, they are converting. I think there's maybe been 3 shots they've taken in the game that haven't gone in. It's a mixture of taking the right shot at the right time and just fantastic accuracy and speed.
The Commandos looking to just settle a little bit. I think their plan to come out hard at the start of the second half has maybe left them a little open in defence. We'll see how they go now with the turnover. Tigers instantly looking for that fast break with number 3, Wei Chen Sao, racing down the field. Now Tim's got a bit of space, one-on-one. He's looking for that shot, and it's in. Tim Rike scores again, taking it to 10-4. And we've got a green card to number 2 on the Commandos.
This game really is just going end to end now. Surprising to not see it tighten up, but the Tigers not really needing anything else from this game. I mean, they've got a 6-goal lead at the moment. As we said before, they've got another game coming, but they're still pushing to get every goal that they can. Still ferociously going on the break. That's the fighting spirit that all of these players have.
Commandos have won a foul there, so you're going to look to set up and try and take that.
So with their every foul you get a reset of the shot clock and a further 60 seconds in order to take your shot. In the moment, that doesn't really matter to the Commandos at all, how much time is on the clock. Because they want to get back in this game, they obviously need to get those goals as quickly as they can now. Nice interplay there. Flicked over the top of the paddle, that was nice. Matcher gets the shot away, brilliant shot there.
Lovely goal.
That's what he's known for, his speed and that left-handed cannon of a shot. Look at the rotation on the body there, nearly throws himself in the process. Great shot. This goes to show you that technique is just as important as overall size in this game. Again, that was really lucky there. That ball came across inside and it actually bounced off, I think, off the side of Tim Reed's head. He wasn't expecting it, but when you're not getting the luck of the game, you're really not getting it. And despite it ricocheting off his head, it landed near enough that he could pick it up and still put it in the back of the net. Do you make your own luck though?
Well, a little bit of a slip up there, but Commandos look to have covered it. They've still managed to retain possession.
Yeah, just a few handling errors in this second half from the Commandos. It's really limiting them. It's probably part of the pushing hard. It's a shot away there from, I think, from Edward Lark. They're working hard though. They are trying to find the angle, trying to work out how to penetrate this Tigers defence. This is the only time they will play the Tigers this season. They'll play them again next season, so still an opportunity to work out how they're going to try and break them down the next time they meet.
Looking to attack down that right side. He's looking to fake for that shot, but really looking for that inside pass. But Tigers just really tight defence. They've really closed up. They're looking to keep this goal advantage that they've gained, to use that for the rest of the season.
You're looking to penetrate inside there. He's open. Decides to go over the top instead. Oh, and Alejandro loses the ball. Another one of those handling errors. Is he going to manage to fix it? He does, but they're under pressure now. Time slipping away on the shot clock now as well. We've only got 15 seconds to get the shot away, so the Tigers are putting them under more pressure. Mario's forced to shoot from distance there, and the block is made, so a fault is given.
They will get that reset on the shot clock, but they really have to be taking a little bit more time with their shots, making sure that they're making the most of the remaining 4.5 minutes that they've got. Mario feeding the ball in, but it's just being slightly out of reach of Edlart. The turnover, Sammy's got the ball, passes it over to Hoffmeyer. He's instantly looking for that fast break.
Oh, there's a man free here. Oh, he had controlled that ball. That was a certain goal.
Commandos have got it, and they've got a couple of players up. There's only 3 back for the Tigers. There's 4 in there for the Commandos. Let's see if they can make the most of this.
Pass is well blocked initially.
They're still in there.
Spread inside to Igor.
Igor's sitting. He's got a couple of paddles to get through and doesn't quite make it.
Managed to turn the player away from the goal there, so couldn't get the power behind the shot that he would have wanted.
And now Tigers are looking for that break again. They've got a few players up the field. And the open goal there, and it goes in. Wei Chen Sao from Taiwan.
They were not really under any pressure at this point in time, Tigers, but that was still a nicely controlled passing break up the pitch there. Just converting their opportunities. So only 3.5 minutes left in this game now. 12-5 Tigers currently. So this is a big statement in the first game from the Tigers.
Yep.
It's going to give the other teams a lot to think about reviewing this footage.
And another loose pass there that's pounced on. Matcha just not quite getting the ball, and Vladislav pouncing on it.
Great pass that.
But unfortunately, yeah, they've lost the ball. Commandos are back with it, and they're pushing up the field. All got that player advantage, and the shot is blocked.
Ball ricocheted off Igor's boat there, and Matcha was the quickest to react to it. Managed to get the shot away, but straight into the defender's paddle. again for the corner.
Threw a couple of paddles there. He needs to just be making sure he's taking his time. Try and get a couple of goals back. Reduce this goal deficit that they're on. Give them a bit more chance to make it up in the remaining games of the season.
Game just slowing a bit as they reset after that shot. Commanders will know this game is now long gone for them really, but you can see they're now using just a little bit more time. Try and set up a quality attack. There's no point rushing the game now for them. They may as well limit the score and maybe try and get 1 or 2 or 3 of their own back in these last couple of minutes. Just get their attacking play set up and confident for the game later on today. That's a good ball inside. Oh, right through the gate there. Jioshen couldn't take that ball. It's a shame. That was a really, really well worked pass.
Tigers again with it, slowing it down. Now Adam looking for that long ball.
Commanders look like they've gone man on man here. That's a good block. They managed to get that back.
Loose ball.
Yes, Alejandro does get to it first, picks it up. So it looks like with only just over 2 minutes, under 2 minutes left on the clock now, the Commanders are looking to push 5 out. It's the most aggressive form of defence you can have. One man on every player, chasing them around the pitch. You can't obstruct your man, you can't get in their way from where they want to go, but you can put yourself between them and the ball and stop the passes from being made.
Feeding that ball in, and it's with Alejandro on the centre. He's got few paddles, nearly gets through the 2 defenders, but Adam blocks it.
Just a yellow wall there of paddles. Hadn't really opened up the space inside to get that shot away. Timeout's been called by the Commandos. So with 1 minute left on the game, this is essentially a practice run for them, I guess, for tighter games in the future, but they get the opportunity to have a discussion, work out how they're going to use this last play.
David, if you're with the Commandos right now, if you're Miklos, their captain, what do you think they're going to be saying? What do you think they're going to be doing for that last minute?
Probably just saying, let's just use this opportunity. We've got one opportunity, one final minute now. Forget the scoreline, forget the scoreboard. We've got another game later. There's no need to get on each other's backs at this point in time. They can have a debrief later. We're just working out what they're going to do. Remember at the start of this game, they had Mario on the outside, and then they put him on the inside and changed their wing players. So they've been rotating the players who were inside throughout the game, really. We've seen Ed, Lart, Chioshen, Mario and Igor all in that central role. It looks like Ed and Alejandro are going to stay off the pitch for the start of this play. So the captain is back on, Nikos is back on.
Igor looks like he's heading into the centre. They try and create some space.
So they've changed away from 2 men inside. They've gone to 4 around the outside. We're trying to play 4 around the back, but the Tigers have adapted as well. They've changed their defence in the time in between there. They're almost playing with 4 out.
And it looks like it's paid off with that instant turnover. Yeah. And that long ball all the way down. Sammy fighting with Macha. Macha's reaching over.
Timeout's been given. Foul's been given the other way. Was there an open net there?
We've got a bit of a timeout, and yes, we have our first penalty of the CPSL Season 1. And with that penalty, we have that yellow card to number 2, Macha. He'll be off for the rest of the game.
It's only under a minute left, but last minute of the game is a yellow card in any case, but that might have been a yellow card anyway because the man was completely free on the net.
And LIDR Tigers have called a timeout. So they're going to have a bit of a quick chat about the remaining 49 seconds of this game.
That seems a strange decision. Not entirely sure why they would want to take a timeout with a minute left. Maybe he wants to have a discussion about how he should approach the penalty he's got to take in a second, or just give him the opportunity to take a breather before he does. Yeah,
well, it's an interesting one with that penalty because even though that was a foul on an open goal with no goalie in place, the penalty will still be that penalty for CPSL, similar to that hockey, starting at the halfway line with a goalie in place. So even though the foul was done with no goalie in place, there will be one. So that's an interesting kind of thing to think about.
And one other change is that a penalty at CPSL isn't automatically a yellow card. The yellow card was given there, and you've got to feel as though that's an open net, so the yellow card was probably going to follow. So there is still a punishment for leaving an open net, and they'll be off for the full 2 minutes.
It is that last minute of the game though, so there are no greens can be given, so it will be the yellow then, but not always.
I suspect Sammy's just taking the opportunity there to take a minute and have a breather. No one wants to take the first penalty with his heart rate up. A lot of pressure. First time we've seen this then. Sammy has 10 seconds to get the ball down the pitch.
See how Alejandro goes in goals, and unfortunately does not get the block in, so that is another goal to the LIDR Tigers.
No hesitation there. As soon as he picked up the ball, went with a shot straight away. No fake. Good finish. Over to one side. Not perfect placement, but fast and snappy enough to not give the opponent a chance. And Tigers have gone 5 out from the restart. Probably what they used that time to think about. Good long shot there. That is the risk when you run 5 out, especially within your own half. Especially from halfway.
Bit of redemption there for Alejandro, getting that goal after having to defend that penalty. So that'll give him a little bit more confidence to fight out these last 22 seconds.
We just had 2 goals in 20 seconds there, but don't expect to see another 2 in these last 20. Tigers are just looking to run down the clock. Maybe get one final shot away. Get off the number 13. 13 goals at the moment. Try and get that number 14.
Adams pushing
2
through.
fakes, good save.
Shots blocked with 4 seconds left on the clock. The clock has stopped, so that once the corner is taken, they will have the 4 seconds, so they should get a shot off. And the shot from Tim is blocked. And that is it for the game. First game of CPSL Season 1. LIDR Tigers 13. TUJISHOU COMMRNDO 6. So big difference.
Commanding win from the Tigers. That will give them a lot of confidence going forward. The Commanders are really going to have to reset. They have to think about where this